Hi, it's Tony Marino, host of the super popular NEWSMAX Daily Podcast, a rundown of the day's top headlines and top highlights of NEWSMAX shows and interviews you may have missed, plus some sports, stock markets, and even some yucks, all packed into about 20 minutes. Search for the NEWSMAX Daily with me, Tony Marino, on your favorite podcast platform, and check out our entire lineup of great podcasts, including Greg Kelly, Rob Carson, and Jerry Callahan at newsmax.com/listen.
Now, you are about to hear the most interesting, informative, thought-provoking, and funny show in America. On air and on the World Wide Web. This is the Rob Carson Show.
And by the grace of God, it is finally Friday.
The outward pass for Keller in the defenseman. Nice move. Cuts to the net. Score! Megan Keller, the overtime hero.
There you
United
go.
States.
U.S. women's hockey goal, baby. Come on. I got to tell you, that was something to watch yesterday. That was really something else to watch. You thought I was going to start with the Supreme Court decision, didn't you? Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a second. But you know what? There's a battle plan for that. I'll explain in a second. But I want to congratulate the U.S. women's hockey team. 100% penis-free, by the way. I think that's fantastic. No men on that team. No women born men. They are women. They've spent their entire life training for this, and they came and they saw and they kicked some serious butt. And yesterday, I saw at the Olympics something glorious, and that was people with tears in their eyes when the national anthem played. It was really something to watch. And I watched some, videos about some of the players yesterday, and I had tears in my eyes. Oh, you know what? And I was kind of missing that. Been missing that for a while with the Olympics. But yesterday, that was really something else. It was something to behold. The men's team, they still got another game to play, and then they might be playing with Canada as well in the final. We'll see what happens. But I thought it was pretty cool. Then this little girl named Alyssa Liu, who's just, spectacular. Her father escaped China in 1989 after Tiananmen Square. Came here, and she became the first woman to win figure skating gold medal in 24 years from America. And she is a doll. Listen to her talk.
Take us through the range of emotions of this.
She's just joyful. She goes out there on the field. She doesn't get nervous when she skates. She just experiences joy. She loves doing it.
Wild night.
Yeah, my performance was just everything I wanted, and I'm so happy that I got the chance to be on an Olympic stage again and show off what I have made for myself, I guess. And I just hope that this inspires other people. And I don't know, I'm just really grateful for this moment, and I do wish that this free skate never ended. I really liked the energy I had in it, and I don't know. It was such a vibe.
She's a very positive person, very joyful. She's my daughter's age, by the way. You get to that age in your life where, people are old enough to be your daughter, and it's kind of cool. I thought that was really something else. Really, really did. And I'm very proud of the team. Been very proud of some of the performances. It's been pretty cool. And the U.S. Olympic men's team, I had a soundbite I wanted to use from them here. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Quinn Hughes. This is Quinn Hughes of the U.S. men's hockey team. He says he's proud to play for America.
Hell of a game out there. You took down the game winner. What did that feel like?
Yeah, just a relief. Just really enjoying being here with this group and the guys, and trying to extend it as long as I can.
Right on. And then USA flags all over the place. You could hear the chants. Yeah. What's that atmosphere like?
Yeah, it's special. I love the U.S. and it's the greatest country in the world, so happy to represent it here with you.
Well, that's fantastic. He didn't even say he's pansexual, bisexual, whatever the hell. He just said he loves America. Oh, my God. That's kind of amazing, right? Holy hell. It's like, maybe this is the 250th year of our birth, and maybe some people are actually patriotic and all that crap about kneeling during the national anthem and all of that, nonsense about being pansexual, whatever the hell you are. It doesn't really matter. I thought that was kind of cool. I wanted to open the show with that today. Because, the last hour or so, we learned that the Supreme Court has struck down Trump's tariffs. And, originally when it hit me, I was like, I said some things that I normally reserve for when I put together IKEA furniture. It was not pleasant. I'm glad I was off the air. That said, not a big surprise. Here's the thing. I'll share some audio here in a second from people who know much better about this than I do. Because you kind of have to... I won't say, well, you have to become a semi-expert on stuff in a big hurry when you do this job. I'm not going to claim to be an expert on this. I'm just going to say I've learned a few things, and I've took a deep breath, and I've gone, okay, all right. You realize what it took for us to get here. It took 4 years of Donald Trump being pummeled, 97% negative press coverage, 2 impeachments, one after he left office, an unprecedented raid of his home, okay? There were frivolous lawsuits launched against him to try to put him in jail. None of them failed, but he had to sit in the courtroom while he was also campaigning for president. They tried to take his fortune. They tried to put him in jail for 700 years. And then twice they tried to kill him. One time, a bullet hit his ear. He turned his head and saved his life by millimeters. And he stood up and he shook his fist in the air and said, fight, fight, fight. No world leader has ever said that after an attempted assassination. So here's the deal. Are you ready to do the same thing? Are you ready to fight, fight, fight? Because the other side has been in a civil war with us for a decade now. They want 2020 again. The shutdown of the government C-blocked the economy a good deal in the fourth quarter. The Democrat Party doesn't care how much suffering they put on us. They don't care. They didn't care for 4 years when they opened the southern border and said nothing about it, as millions of illegals, unvetted for disease or criminality, came into our country. Hundreds of thousands of Americans died of fentanyl poisoning. Hundreds of thousands of children were trafficked, and women were trafficked for sex and for labor. The Democrat Party doesn't care if they burn the country down. So, we have to fight, fight, fight. We're going to lose some battles. This I wouldn't consider a major battle because there are other avenues. But this Democrat Party is going to become increasingly desperate, increasingly violent, as this year continues into the midterms, and you'd better be ready for it. I think you are. But I'm going to tell you, there is no not voting in the midterms. You are going to have to get off of your rear end, and you're going to have to get up now and get involved. Not waiting on Scott Pressler, not waiting on others. You and me got to do something about this, because we are in a war with a very vicious enemy that has burned its way across our country for years. They caused billions of dollars in damage in 2020. No one has ever apologized for it. Nobody ever said stop, and they want to do it again. Donald Trump stopped it from happening in Los Angeles. Donald Trump stopped it from happening in Minneapolis. But make no bones about it, the same people who suddenly said that Elon Musk is a Nazi and started damaging people's cars and firebombing car dealerships, they are still there. So, this may be a setback. It's not a lost battle, but it is a setback. But I'm going to tell you, again, what I'm going to do is overwhelm them with joy and patriotism. Okay? And I want you to do the same thing, but you've got to be involved. We've got to save our republic. They are dying like movie vampires, and they're getting increasingly desperate. Don't believe me? They don't want voter ID. They say it's because black people are too stupid or are criminals, and so they can't get them. And they also say women can't get them because when they change their name during marriage, they have no way to change it back. That's desperation. That's insanity. But that's your Democrat Party. And the reason being is they're losing their ways to cheat. They're being exposed for their corruption. They're being exposed for their theft. They're being exposed for their voter fraud. All of these things. And the more they get exposed, the more desperate they become. That's just the way it is. You know it and I know it. We didn't waste all this time, all this stress, all of this censorship, all of this nonsense. They have seasoned us. They've made us stronger. And we're going to win this. They're intellectually and morally bankrupt. They have nothing good to add to the conversation. They have no plan for the future. They have no tax plan, no business plan, no nothing. Have you heard them say anything about the Democrat plan for economic success in America? No. What have they been saying for the last year and 3 months or whatever? Anti-Trump. Do everything against Donald Trump. Be the opposite of Donald Trump, no matter how good it is, closing down the southern border, going after narco-terrorists, getting Maduro, bombing the Iran nuclear sites, all of this stuff. They are only contrarian. That won't end well for them, but we've got to fight back. There you go. Yeah. So I got some details on this Supreme Court loss today. It's okay. Listen, they've got other plans. I'll share that on the other side of the break, all right? We got our unusual suspects on the show today. Tony Kennett's going to join us at the bottom of the hour. Mary Walter's going to join us next hour. If you want to chime in, 800-922-6680. This, my friends, is a glorious Friday on the Rob Carson Show.
With Epstein, I often used to hang before I left his place. I went out with a bang, Jeffrey invited me. And I would go again, was in a hot tub on the island of sin. Hillary said it was philanthropy, that was her way of covering for me with stupid claims like that. We're never gonna win, was in a hot tub on the island of sin. You'd think my wife would be filled with rage because the gals down there, they were underage. You see, a caring spouse Hillary has never been, was in a hot tub on the island of sin.
With the actions he's taken, Jacob Bright is